we understand one of the names, Devakīnandana, from the perspective of why good things take time. Yeah, it's a very important question, isn't it? Why does good things take so much time for us to reach or achieve? Krishna really the joy of Devakī. Let's just look at her life, how it panned out. He is getting into the killing of Kamsa, and then he moves on to protecting Dharma, guiding kings, uplifting humanity, and eventually delivering the Bhagavad Gita. All because Sanatana Dharma gently reminds us that love and attachment are not the same thing. Krishna never stopped loving his parents. Not every blessing is meant to remain in our hands. She was blessed, but only for a moment, She was blessed to be the mother. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Jai Shri Ram, Om Shri Matre Namaha. Welcome back to the Grey Studios oil painting vlog number 100 of Sri Vishnu Sahasranamavali. This is a painting that has followed the principle of calligram or micrography to paint the 1000 names of Sri Vishnu. As the painting was coming up, I was also trying to understand the deeper meanings lying under these names with the help of scriptures from Sanatana Dharma. Whatever I have learned as an amateur, I'm also sharing with you via these weekly vlogs. Each vlog typically covers 10 names and the meanings, and then we traverse into tangential perspectives using storylines within Sanatana Dharma to understand the names better, some of the names better. We are nearing the close. We have already covered 980 names in the previous vlogs. If you haven't checked them out, please do so and come back, because though I cover 10 names at a time in each of the vlogs, there is a lot of interconnectivity, and the more deeper you understand the contrasting theories and the aspects, the more interesting it is and the more useful it is for your personal or professional growth. That's what I have experienced, and I hope you experience the same. So with that, let's look at the plan for today. Today we are in the 981th name and going on up to 990. So 10 names and the meanings, and then we understand one of the names, Devakīnandana, from the perspective of why good things take time. Yeah, it's a very important question, isn't it? Why does good things take so much time for us to reach or achieve? We're going to explore that. Without much ado, let's get on with the names and the meanings first. Starting with the 981st name, Om Yajna Sadhanaya Namaha, refers to one who works out the possibility of the sacrifice, or he who indicates yajna as a method of attaining him. 982 is Om Yajnanta Krite Namaha, refers to one who works out the culmination of the sacrifice, or he who increases the effect of the yajna. 983 is Om Yajna Guhyaya Namaha, one who is the secret of the sacrifice, or he is the secret of the yajna itself. We have covered the topic of yajna in great detail in just the previous vlog number 99, I guess, and these names are actually connected to that base. So we will move on to the 984th name, Om Annaya Namaha. Annam refers to food, and here in this context it means he who is the food or one who is being eaten. 985 is Om Annadaya Namaha, the one who eats the food, or he who is eating the food. Yeah, I think we have also evolved with the concept of him being the food and him also eating the food. Is a metaphor again to understand him being in everything, We have gone through this in many aspects, Bhojanam, Bhokta, and so on. So we will move on to 986. Om Atma Yonaye Namaha. He is his own birthplace. Yeah, Yoni refers to the womb, and here I'm, trying to connect the dots here. It is referring to his own place of birth. The Yoni itself is him, he who is the cause of all beings. Is another meaning. 987 is Om Swayajñātāya Namaha, refers to one born of himself, or he who is the cause of his own birth. It's all connected to the previous name as well, Atma Yone, and it was 987, and now we move on to 988. Om Vaikhanaya Namaha. He digs himself up from within himself. He who dug the earth as a bore is also another perspective. And who are we talking about? It is the Varaha avatar. Let's move on to 989. Om Samagayanaya Namaha. Samaveda, isn't it? So it's connecting to Samaveda. Let's look at the meaning here. He sings his own song, or he who sings the Samaveda. Samaveda is one of the 4 Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sama, Agarvana. 990 is Devakīnandana Namaha. We have delved much deeper into the concept of Sri Krishna in many of the episodes, and Devakī is the mother of Sri Krishna. So here it is pointing to Krishna himself. Devakīnandana refers to the pleasant son of Devakī, or who is the son of Devakī. So Devakīnandanaya is what we are going to discuss as well. Now that we are done with the 10 names and the meanings, we are now ready to jump into the topic for today. Devakīnandana. Nandana. Why good things take so much time? Let's explore that. So at a first glance, this name seems like a simple name. It is referring to Lord Krishna, obviously, son of Devakī. That's the meaning of it. But if we just pause deeply and think, it raises a profound question. Was Krishna really the joy of Devakī? Let's just look at her life, how it panned out. Devakī had witnessed death of or killing of her own children, 6 children. She spent most of her time being imprisoned. The very night that Sri Krishna was born, he was snatched away or taken away from her. She never experienced his playful childhood. She never heard him call her mother. So here in Vishnu Sahasranamavali, as we are coming to the end of the Namavali, there is this name, Devakīnandana, the one who is a pleasant son of Devakī, or one who has brought joy to Devakī. Why is that? Perhaps because the true joy is not always immediate. Sometimes good things do take time. As Bhagavad Gita reminds us in Canto 18, verse 37, Yattadagre Vishamiva Pariname Mritopamam Tatsukam Satvikam Proktam Atma Buddhi Prasadajam. This is pointing to that which is like poison at first, but in the end, like nectar, that pleasure is declared to be sattvic, or pure in nature, born of purity of one's own mind due to self-realization. Let's put that into context with the story of Devakī. Years of sorrow, years of waiting, years of uncertainty, and yet eventually Kamsa, who's been holding on to her and was responsible for all these cruel acts, finally falls. The prison doors open and Dharma is restored by Sri Krishna. What once seemed unbearable ultimately becomes a source of immeasurable joy for her, but not immediately after he was born, though it takes some time. There is another beautiful teaching in that. Most of us remember the birth of Sri Krishna, and I think there's a lot of stories around the growing up, the childhood days, and that joy he brings to Yashodama, the foster parents' family. Yeah, that's a lot that we can always remember, and it's always discussed in many places. But if you look at what really happened after he arrived, he comes back to the family, his own parents, biological parents, and after Kamsa's death, when Krishna reunites. The scriptures do not delve too much into the domestic reunion as such. Yeah, there is a mention, definitely. There are mention of things, but not in the level that you can see as you have experienced the journey of his childhood playfulness with Yashoda. So instead, Krishna moves forward to fulfill his larger mission. Isn't he? He's getting into the killing of Kamsa, and then he moves on to protecting Dharma, guiding kings, uplifting humanity, and eventually delivering the Bhagavad Gita also. So there's a lot of process that is coming up after that. But where is Devakī in all that? And why is that? It's because Sanatana Dharma gently reminds us that love and attachment are not the same thing. Krishna never stopped loving his parents, but he also knew his life belonged to a greater purpose. Though he was the Lord himself, Vishnu's avatar himself, he couldn't just, get away from his own karma or his duties. And that is also something that he has reminded us in Canto 3, verse 35. Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanusthitat swadharme nidanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. So, better is one's own duty, though devoid of merit, than the duty of another well discharged. Better is death in one's own duty. The duty of another is fraught with fear, is productive of positive danger. So, his duty was so important to him. In this role as Sri Krishna, his duty and the larger purpose was prioritized. And I think all these storylines would have clearly underpinned that as well. Yeah. So he honored his family, but he never abandoned his dharma. Now let's look even deeper. The name is not just, saying, oh, he's the son of so and so. It's saying Devakīnandana, the joy. He is also the joy of Devakī. What kind of joy did he bring to Devakī? Was it raising Sri Krishna? No, it never happened. Her joy came from something even greater. She became the mother through whom the divine entered the world. So here she was the chosen one in a way. Perhaps this is the hidden symbolism that we should understand. Not every blessing is meant to remain in our hands. She was blessed, but only for a moment. She was blessed to be the mother. Some blessings pass through us, so they can bless humanity. Think about it. So a teacher, for example, educates the students, then lets them go. He or she cannot hold on to the students because he or she taught them something. Yeah, parents raise the children, and then they let them build their own lives. Scientists make discoveries so the future generations may benefit. Artists create artworks which eventually belong to the world. So the joy lies in, where does it lie? It's not lying definitely in possession, it's in contribution. So this idea is deeply relevant today. We live in an age of instant gratification, instant food, instant shopping, instant messages, instant success, instant recognition, but nature doesn't work that way at all. Yeah, a tree does not bear a fruit the day it is planted. Yeah, so a child needs years before becoming adult. So wisdom is itself cannot be downloaded overnight. Everything truly valuable matures in time. So as I reflect on today's name, I cannot help but think of this very journey. When I began exploring Sri Vishnu Sahasranamavali, I never imagined that one day we would stand together here in vlog number 100. So one name, one reflection, and one lesson at a time. What seemed like a small beginning slowly became a beautiful journey. And that's how the painting also ended up. Yeah, and perhaps that is how Krishna works in our lives, not through sudden miracles alone, but through steady transformation. So what does Devakīnandana teach us today? It teaches patience, it teaches faith, it teaches that our role is not always to hold on to what we create. Sometimes our purpose is simply to become the bridge through which something beautiful enters the world. Perhaps that is why Devakī is remembered with such reverence here. Yeah? She did not possess Krishna. She offered Krishna to humanity. And maybe that is the highest form of motherhood, the highest form of teaching, highest form of leadership, and ultimately the highest form of love. So let's conclude the session by saying Om Devakīnandanaya Namaha. Om Devakīnandanaya Namaha. And Om Devakīnandanaya Namaha. May Lord Devakīnandana, Shri Krishna, bless us with the patience to wait, the courage to fulfill our Dharma, and the wisdom to understand that the greatest joy is not in what we keep, but in what we lovingly give to the world. Thank you for walking with me through these 100 episodes and coming close to the 1,000 names and the reflections. We've just got one more vlog, and before we complete this extraordinary journey through Sri Vishnu Sahasranamavali. I hope you found this interesting. Please do share your thoughts in the comment section. Until we meet in the next session, stay blessed, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay motivated.